My girlfriend invited her ex over to my apartment and I'm absolutely livid right now. I live in a big city in my own apartment. My girlfriend, Lily, lives with her roommates, but if I'm being honest she basically lives over here 80% of the time. Early today/yesterday while I was at the gym with my friend, Mike, she texted me that she had an old friend she hasn't seen in a while that's in town and that it would be nice to have a quiet place to catch up. I said they could use my apartment and that I'd go out for dinner with Mike so they'd have time to catch up. During this time I'm at the gym so I was in rush. I didn't ask who she was inviting over. Well, apparently I should, as the old friend she was apparently catching up with alone in my apartment was her only ex-boyfriend Kyle. Around 30-ish minutes after this conversation I get a text from her saying they're at the apartment. I just said bet and continued with my friend. Mike and I finished our workout around 7 p.m. and decided we'd go to Whole Foods as their hot/salad bar's got some great food. We ate there and finished around 8:30-ish. I'm on my way home now, and honestly I wasn't expecting anything other than just saying hi and heading my ass to bed. Shit had been a long ass day and honestly I was just ready to get to sleep. I arrive home around 9 p.m., and at this point I had no idea if her friend was still over or not. I was secretly hoping they weren't as I didn't feel like socializing at all, but hey, I'll take one for the team. When I walked in the apartment I see some big ass Timberland boots that obviously are a man's. I'm immediately like her friend brought her boyfriend, I'm going to have to stay up and socialize now. I take off my shoes and jacket and start heading down the mini hallway. As I enter the living area I see my girlfriend sitting on the couch with a man at separate ends but staring right at each other talking. My girlfriend notices me and jumps a little. I didn't really find this odd at the time but now thinking back on it makes sense. At this point I'm still completely oblivious. I say hello and start walking towards the man. I'm looking around the house at this point for her friend. Honestly I just thought she was in the bathroom or some shit. I shake the guy's hand and say some shit like hey I'm Lily's boyfriend. He replied back in like a cocky ass way with some I'm Kyle, Lily's ex. I was like oh my fault, I thought you were friend's boyfriend. Then it got a little quiet and I rapidly come to the realization that my girlfriend has been alone with her ex in my apartment for the last couple hours. I look at my girl and say so I'm taking this was your old friend? She said yeah in a soft ass voice. At this point I wasn't letting myself jump to any conclusions but I'm tired and I don't feel like socializing. I'm also now upset my girl was just chilling with her ex in my apartment. It got quiet again and these two made zero effort to continue whatever convo they were having just moments ago. Lily asks how my day was and I was like it was fine, I guess again getting the vibe I'm interrupting something. At this point I'm fed up, only like a minute or so had passed since my question to her, and I look at him and asked Kyle hey do you mind ending it here for today, I actually got some things I got to talk to Lily about. He said some she invited me over though and we're still reminiscing on the good old days. I look at Lily, she can't even look me in my eyes. I look back at Kyle and say alright let me rephrase it, this is my apartment and I'm telling you to leave. He then looks at her and says do you want me to leave? At this point and I'm not proud of it I completely lose my shit. Saying what the F do you mean by that? I don't give a shit if she wants you to leave or not. I'm telling you to get the F out my house. Lily is telling me to calm down and turns and tells him he needs to leave. Kyle gets up and heads towards the hallway to get his shit. I follow and he ends up leaving. I come back and Lily is now pissed at me saying I embarrassed her. I embarrassed you? She then goes on about how my reaction is totally uncalled for as she told me he was coming over and asked. I was like no Lily, you said a effing friend was coming over, a effing friend. Not once you mentioned this friend was a male, much less your effing ex. She then says my reaction was bullshit and that I acted like an ass. I tell her you were with your fucking ex in my apartment. Do you not understand how much of a F you that comes across as? I then asked why the F y'all were meeting in the first place and she tells me he's going through rough times and needs someone to lean on. And that she just wanted to be there for him as he's a nice person and that by hanging with him in my apartment it shows nothing shady is going on. I explain how that is bullshit and that if my ex started having issues and I was the one comforting her she would be pissed. She was like no she'd understand because she has empathy. I was like that's bullshit Lily, you got pissed at me at the gym cause I smiled when a girl complimented my form when lifting. She then was like she's done talking and stormed out. I didn't say anything, I didn't chase, I haven't reached out. I just sat on the couch and thought about what the F just happened. I then called my father who gave me some great advice. She then texted me these 2 hours ago. Can we talk? I'm sorry for not telling you it was my ex that I invited was inviting over. I don't want you to get the wrong idea, nothing happened. Nothing is going to happen. I love you. He messaged me out of the blue he needed someone to talk to. I didn't think that much of it, I'm sorry for deceiving you, that sounds like BS right? I didn't think much of it then followed by sorry for deceiving you, like obviously you did think about it or you would have been truthful. I wanted to talk to him at your place because I didn't want you to assume something else was going on, please talk to me, I love you. Obliviously if she sees this she'll know I'm talking about us but she doesn't use Reddit. I haven't responded yet, I'm leaning towards wanting to break things up with her after talking about all this with my pops. Not for her talking him but for how I felt in the moment it all was happening. It's a huge red flag for me that she said old fiend instead of ex, I still don't get it. In the moment of me getting visibly upset with her ex she didn't take my side once. When I was nice before I even recognized him it felt like I was the odd man out. I just felt like she doesn't respect me. Not on some 1950s shit where the woman has to respect the man, but if the roles were reversed and I was with my ex at her house, I would have backed my girl when she was getting mad. I would have called my ex out for talking cocky to my girl act. I'm still very pissed, so I don't think I should be talking to her right now. It's currently around 3 a.m. Honestly, I'm just effing tired. I don't know if I'm pissed.